Sick of people at ESPN or SportsCenter who think they have their heads on their shoulders but really don't? Well, it's time for the Jimmy the K Sports Show. We're going to give you the most urgent sports news. Now sit back, buckle up, and get ready for the #1 sports show on the web. Here we go, my sports friends. Let's rock and roll and have a good time as usual. Hey, it's me, Jimmy the K. You see me each and every Tuesday evening, 7 p.m. Central Daylight Time, here on Ustream and also on Facebook Live. I believe this is our 4th week in a row on Facebook Live. So if you're not watching on Ustream, but you're friends with me or the AllAboutSportsZone page here on Facebook, then you can pop on as well to Facebook and watch on Facebook Live and add your feedback, your questions, comments, concerns to the show, as I promised big news for you here this evening. Barring any setbacks, I want to congratulate Mr. Duran Do. We'll call him the Big Do. His radio program is the Big Do, who will be joining us here on the All About Sports Zone show each and every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central Daylight Time, barring any setbacks. Now, due to his work schedule, it's very possible. It is very, very possible that we'll have to add a show. If that's the case, then we'll continue to do Jimmy the K Sports Show at 7 p.m. Central Daylight Time here on Ustream and Facebook Live as well. And then we'll add the Big Do and his show to a later day and a later time to Ustream and Facebook Live as well. So I want to congratulate Duran Do and the Big Do for jumping on to the Jimmy the K Sports Show. You'll be seeing him co-host this show with us here in the near future. You know, if at all possible, I told him start date could be as early as next Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central Daylight Time here on the Jimmy the K Sports Show. So, barring any setbacks, either next Tuesday or even before then, if his schedule is allowed, then you will be seeing Duran Do as a co-host to the Jimmy the K Sports Show here on Ustream and Facebook Live as well. So I want to send a shout out to Duran Do and congratulate him for getting the co-host duties here on the show. Now we're gonna step into the sports news. I'm gonna start off with a little bit of baseball, do a little bit of baseball here, and probably spend most of my time on the NBA and the Oklahoma City Thunder and Kevin Durant. My thoughts on his free agency and what will happen in free agency. There is a hiney load of teams right now lined up for his services once free agency starts June 1st, I believe. I believe it's June 1st and maybe July 1st. But a little bit of baseball news. We'll go ahead and start off with a little bit of baseball news. Derek Holland was pushed back to ensure some rest and kind of split up some lefties. Honestly, I said this last week on the show, and I'll continue to say this. With Derek Holland being pushed back, you know, he's a fan of 4 to 5 days, and for him to have to go to 6 days out, he's not a big fan of. Honestly, I see Derek Holland being the last fish, and he could very well be traded by the he could very well be traded by the All-Star break. So if Derek Holland is traded, we'll let you know about that. But honestly, I think Derek Holland could very well be traded from the Texas Rangers, just for the fact that, you know, he didn't seem very happy with the fact that he got pushed back in the time spending with the Texas Rangers. So, very possible we'll see Derek Holland in a different jersey than a Rangers jersey by the trade deadline. I want to switch gears a little bit. You know, I call Stephen A. Smith out every once in a while, and I'm going to do it again here because honestly, I think Stephen A. Smith needs to be called out at times. Stephen A. Smith is at it again and said, and I quote, "Black head coaches are becoming an endangered species," end quote. You know, I'll admit, sports teams don't have that many African American or Hispanic coaches, but he wants to say it's because the league is racist or because they're biased or this, that, and the other, when truthfully, that's not the case. Maybe, just maybe, those guys just don't know how to interview. Maybe they don't have a father figure to teach them how to interview. And with that being said, maybe that's why they're not getting hired. I'm going to keep my mouth shut there because I could go more and more into that, but there's other stories that need our direct time. So, one more baseball news, and that's Rougned Odor's suspension was reduced to 7 games from 8. He's already served, I believe, 2 or 3 games of that suspension. So he'll have 4 or 5 more days. Right now, Jurickson Profar is up and playing in his spot. And from all indications, he's playing quite well in that spot. So congratulations to Odor winning and getting a reduced sentence to 7 games. Now to the biggest story, in my honest opinion. The Oklahoma City Thunder lost in the conference finals last night. They were up 3-1. They should have very well won the NBA Conference, Western Conference Finals. However, at times, Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook decided to take the team on their shoulders. Some people see it as ball hogging. Some people see it as leadership. I like to see Westbrook's as ball hogging, and I like to see Durant's as leadership. However, the Golden State Warriors came back from a 3-1 deficit to take the Western Conference Finals, and they'll take on the NBA's Cleveland Cavaliers. Now, the big question is, was this a conspiracy theory? Was it a theory? Did the NBA give this Western Conference Finals to the Golden State Warriors? Well, it's quite possible. I mean, Draymond Green was able to kick his way into the NBA Finals. He should have been suspended. But the truth of the matter is, even if he was suspended, could the Oklahoma City Thunder have won those last game 5, 6, or 7? From all indications, they should have won game 6. They should have won game 5. However, they didn't. And when they didn't, the naysayers are going to come out and they're going to say it's because of this, it's going to be because of that. It's the coach's fault. Billy Donovan wasn't that great of a coach, when honestly, Billy Donovan should be coach of the year this year. Somebody's going to come in and say, well, Tyrone Lue should be the coach of the year. Well, the truth of the matter is, Tyrone Lue has not been the head coach of the Cleveland Cavaliers the whole season. Billy Donovan has been the coach of the Oklahoma City Thunder the whole season. He's taken a somewhat pivotal team, a team that Coach Scott Brooks had in the finals at times and in the playoffs as well, and gotten them back to the Western Conference Finals and within a game of the NBA Finals. So for people to come out and say that Coach Billy Donovan's fault for the Oklahoma City Thunder losing that series, that's just a moot point. However, can we blame Russell Westbrook? Can we blame Kevin Durant? You can blame a lot of things. But the truth of the matter is, it's a team sport. They lost together. Durant didn't lose it. Westbrook didn't lose it. Enes Kanter didn't lose it. Steven Adams didn't lose it. Dion Waiters didn't lose it. They won it collectively as a team. And that's the thing with the Oklahoma City Thunder. They lost as a team. They did not go down without they went out with a fight. They went out with a fight. You can't say that about the other NBA teams. You can sit here and say the Oklahoma City Thunder are not that great of a team. I could have told you that at the end of the season. However, they got humiliated by the San Antonio Spurs in the second round of the playoffs, and then they turned up the accelerator. Something started to click. And when something started to click for the Oklahoma City Thunder, that's when they took this team to the next level. You've seen them go up against the Golden State Warriors and prove that they could hang against the Golden State Warriors, one of the best teams in the NBA. However, they still lost. Do we want to blame? Do we want to blame Kevin Durant for the loss last night? No, we do not. What we want to do is we want to tell you that Kevin Durant is the leader of this team. Kevin Durant is the leader of the Oklahoma City Thunder. And for anybody to say otherwise is almost clueless, because the truth of the matter is, you look at Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant, some people want to say that Kevin Durant was a ball hog at times. I never really saw that. I never really saw Kevin Durant being a ball hog. However, Westbrook I can see being a ball hog at times. Kevin Durant is what I consider a leader. And for people to say that Kevin Durant is going to leave Oklahoma City for another team, I have a hard time seeing why he would turn his back. And I'm not saying that he would turn his back. Him leaving is turning his back. However, he's built so much in Oklahoma City for him to go out and say, I was this close to a championship in Oklahoma City. I'm going to go to the Washington Wizards, with Coach Brooks over here. And I'm going to start off being the leader of that team. And hopefully in 4 or 5 years, when I'm out of my prime, I can have an NBA championship title. Whereas you stay with the Oklahoma City Thunder here, you are the true leader of a team that has already built a championship team. You've got Deion Waiters, who's young. You've got, Enes Kanter's not that old. Steven Adams is not that old. You look at the majority of this Thunder lineup, it's not very old. Its core is built around Durant and Westbrook. So, does Kevin Durant leave? Personally, I don't think Kevin Durant leaves Oklahoma City. Why? Because Kevin Durant has built so much in the city, and he has become a leader of the Oklahoma City Thunder. And again, teams like the Spurs have already said that they're lining up. The Cleveland Cavaliers said that once free agency starts, they're lining up. You got the Golden State Warriors saying they're going to line up. You got Milwaukee Bucks. You got teams. The list goes on and on. Practically all 30 teams, including the Dallas Mavericks, say that they'll line up. However, what we have there, and teams like the Cleveland Cavaliers, the San Antonio Spurs, and the Golden State Warriors, is you've got proven leaders already. Stephen Curry is the proven leader of that organization. Kevin Durant would be a supporting cast to Stephen Curry. You've got LeBron James as the leader of the Cleveland Cavaliers. What would Kevin Durant be in Cleveland? The supporting cast. Same goes as the San Antonio Spurs. He would be the supporting cast. He would not be the direct leader that he is with the Oklahoma City Thunder. So, what are my thoughts on Kevin Durant? My thoughts are that Kevin Durant signs at a minimum a 1-year deal with the Oklahoma City Thunder. However, all indications are right now from sources inside the Oklahoma City Thunder and media outlets around the city is that he will sign a 2-year deal with the Oklahoma City Thunder with an opt-out option for season 1. Basically, meaning that after that first season, if they haven't gone anywhere that he likes, he can opt out of it. So, my thoughts on Kevin Durant. If he signs elsewhere, where does he sign? I could see him signing in Dallas, where Dirk Nowitzki has taken less money. A lot of their players have taken less money, and he can be a leader and have core guys around him like Dirk Nowitzki and other players where he can be a proven leader in Dallas. There's a small chance he goes back to his hometown of Washington, D.C. and goes and plays for Coach Scott Brooks over there in Washington, D.C. with the Washington Wizards. There's a very small chance that happens. There's a small chance that he winds up in the Cleveland Cavaliers uniform. A very small chance. There's a small chance that KD winds up anywhere in the NBA. But all indications right now are that he will sign a 2-year deal with the Oklahoma City Thunder with an opt-out year for season 1. Free agency starts here pretty soon. So once it does, teams are going to be lining up for KD's services. Every team, to be quite honest with you. The New Orleans Hornets will be lining up. Kevin Durant can go to a team like the Washington Wizards and be the leader there. He can go to the New Orleans Hornets and be the leader there. He can go to the Dallas Mavericks and be a leader there. He can stay with the Oklahoma City Thunder, be the leader there with somewhat of a supporting cast as he has here in Oklahoma City, albeit much older. Or he could go to the San Antonio Spurs and be part of a supporting cast. He can go to the Cleveland Cavaliers and be part of their supporting cast. He can go to the Golden State Warriors and be part of their supporting cast. Or, it's very possible he winds up in a Lakers uniform. If he winds up in a Lakers uniform, will I hate him less than will I hate him more or have any hate for him for going to the Los Angeles Lakers? No. By no means could I have hate for Kevin Durant for going and signing a deal in which he feels like he can win a championship. If he doesn't feel like Oklahoma City's the place, he'll go elsewhere. Is it very possible he winds up elsewhere because he feels like, Russell Westbrook could be the true leader of this Oklahoma City Thunder and he could move on elsewhere and work to be the leader of another organization? It's possible. It is quite possible that could happen. Is it possible that he resigns? It is very possible. And again, all indications show that he will sign a 2-year deal with an opt-out option after year 1. Or is it possible that he retires? No possibility he retires at all. Kevin Durant is not retiring. So, my top 3 choices for signing, for Kevin Durant signing, and this is right here. You're hearing it first here on the Jimmy the K Sports Show. Top 3 places. Oklahoma City, number 1. Number 2, I know people are not going to like me, but the Los Angeles Lakers being the number 2 spot in which Kevin Durant signs. And the number 3 spot, the Washington Wizards, back with Coach Brooks, back in Washington, D.C. So the top 3 places, Oklahoma City, number 1, Los Angeles Lakers, number 2, number 3 being that of the Washington Wizards. That is coming firsthand from the Jimmy the K Sports Show and Jimmy the K. So what are your thoughts on the Oklahoma City Thunder? What are your thoughts on the NBA Finals? Do you think the Golden State Warriors, do any of you viewers feel like the Golden State Warriors had this handed to them? on a silver platter. Do you feel like this is a conspiracy theory by the NBA? You know, every sport has those. And for people to say that there isn't that little bit of a chance that that happens would be asinine on their parts, because the truth of the matter is the NBA, the MLB, the NFL, and all those sports go by TV ratings. How would the ratings look for the Oklahoma City Thunder versus the Cleveland Cavaliers? Would the ratings be all that great? Probably not. Not as good as the ratings will be for the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Golden State Warriors. But am I saying it's conspiracy theory? No. The Oklahoma City Thunder lost fair and square. They went out fighting and fighting hard. They could have very well won in games 5, 6, or even last night in game 7. However, they didn't. So you have to tip your hat off to the Golden State Warriors and say, hey, congratulations on winning the Western Conference Finals. Good luck in the NBA Finals. I hope LeBron doesn't rip you to shreds, because honestly, I feel like the Cleveland Cavaliers are out for blood after last year. The Cleveland Cavaliers in 5 in the NBA Finals. You heard that also first and only on the Jimmy the K Sports Show. The Cleveland Cavaliers taking the title in 5 games from the Golden State Warriors. However, if that doesn't happen, and there's that chance, but I do have it happening, 5 games, Cleveland Cavaliers winning, LeBron James winds up elsewhere. If LeBron James winds up elsewhere, Kevin Durant, and hear this first on the Jimmy the K Sports Show, Kevin Durant's chances of signing with the Cleveland Cavaliers actually go up, because you've got Kevin Durant leading the Cleveland Cavaliers there. So, viewers, what are your thoughts on the NBA? Feel like it's rigged like all the other sports? Do you feel like it's rigged like the WWE? You think it's fake like MLB? What are your thoughts? Feel free to shoot them to me here on the Jimmy the K Sports Show on Ustream and Facebook Live as well. Feel free to join in and chat and ask any questions pertaining to sports. You know, I'll do my best to answer them. I appreciate you viewing each and every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Central Daylight Time on Ustream and Facebook Live as well. And again, thank you for giving us the opportunity to come into your homes each and every Tuesday. And again, I'm very proud. And again, I will reiterate this. Duran Du, being a graduate of the American Broadcasting School, will join the show at some point, whether it's on a Tuesday night or whether, you know, we add another show is yet to be seen. You know, it'll go around his work schedule, and once his work schedule is built around this, then you, the viewers, will know. But Duran Du is my new co-host to the Jimmy the K Sports Show, and I want to tip my hat off to him. I've reached out to his references and stuff, and feel like he'll be an asset to this show, and feel like me talking all the time and your questions isn't good enough, so to speak. And I'm not saying that, you know, I don't feel like this show is destined for greatness. You know, I felt like this show was good, but I feel like this show is destined for greatness, adding the co-host Duran Du and adding a co-host particularly. So I feel like, you know, we're destined for greatness, adding a co-host. I feel like Duran is one of those people that we can go out. He can ask questions, you know, much like what we're doing now. However, rather than me speaking to you, him speaking to me, us giving our input, you know, you asking the questions, us giving our input, and then everyone being part of the show and seeing where the show goes from there. So I thank you for viewing each and every Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Central Daylight Time here on Ustream and also on Facebook Live. So be sure to stay tuned to the Facebook page on All About Sports Zone, my personal Facebook page, and the website, as I'll let you know on those avenues to which day and which time Durandu, my new co-host, will join us here on the Jimmy the K Sports Show. Whether he'll join us on Tuesday nights at 7 p.m. Central Daylight Time, or if we'll add a show. By adding a show that gets a lot more interaction from you, the fans, each and every show date. So stay tuned to the Facebook page to All About Sports Zone, the Jimmy Kersey Facebook page, or the website at www.screamerproduction.wix.com/allaboutsportszone, and that domain name or website could very well be shortened with the new co-host coming up. So any questions, comments, concerns to this page, shoot them to me at email at allaboutsportszone@gmail.com is my email. Jimmy Kersey1 is my Twitter. And Facebook.com/allaboutsportszone. You can like the page and message me through there as well. Until next Tuesday night, Central Daylight Time, stay tuned to this page and this page only for our new co-host Durandu's airtime, whether it be with us here at Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Central Daylight Time, or if we add a show, I'll let you know. Stay tuned until next Tuesday. Peace out.